YouTube, my name is Mesa Sean, and welcome back to another Destiny and Destiny 2 video. Alright folks, we're gonna have some fun today. We're going to rank, or we're gonna make a tier list of the raids within Destiny and Destiny 2. If you're not familiar, this is what a tier list looks like, and it's kind of like the latest craze going around the internet, where folks like to make tier lists where they discuss or they drag and drop things of what they consider to be their favorites and their least favorites, and they make a tier list. Well, we're going to make a tier list of all the raids within the Destiny franchise up until now. You guys, of course, let me know in the comment section what your favorite raids are, and maybe even why they are. Now, there's a template here that actually has all the different encounters. Now, I was thinking of doing that one. I'm like, man, we'll be here for 20 minutes, and I don't want to go that crazy. I just want to go over, well, let's see, let's go back to this one right here. I just want to go over my raids from, I put A, and you could change these too, guys. I will link everything in the description, but A, B, C, D, and then F. Now, I'll tell you right now, none of these got scored an F, because I feel like all the raids, they are well made, but I certainly do have my favorites thinking off the top of my head right now, and I have some that I'd say I'm not exactly that crazy about. So most of them are going to fall probably within the BC and then a couple of A's, maybe one or two D's. I don't know. We'll see. But let me know in the comment section how you would rank them. Or, you know what? Let me know in the comment section what is your favorite raids and what are your least favorite raids. But without further ado, let's get into it. So we're going to start at the bottom. And I'm gonna give Spire of Stars, I'm going to give you a D. Now, for me personally, I did it a few times and it felt a little too short and it just wasn't fun. Now, granted, it did feel a little annoying right away because I felt underpowered. I was doing it with the WTF Game Nation guys. But overall, I don't know. I just felt it was too short, too much running and jumping in the middle. And yeah, just the boss fight itself, it wasn't moving. And then once you just got all your subclasses correct and everything, you pretty much could insta-melt them. Yeah, so for me, I'm going to rate that one a D. Now, moving on, we're going to pick another Destiny 2 raid. We're going to go with Scourge of the Past. I'm going to give Scourge of the Past, I'm going to give it a C. Now, Scourge of the Past, I think, is a lot of fun. But the more that I play Destiny 2 raids, or have played Destiny 2 raids, I find that, you know what, I'm getting sick of puzzles and mechanics. I want to go back to straight up minimal mechanics and puzzles and straight up shooting and killing things while having to stand on the right plate or do the right thing so you don't all wipe. That's more what I'm into. So I don't know, Scourge of the Past, I think it's cool and all, but I don't know, it just really wasn't my thing. And also, it's a little bit short. Let's see, moving along here, we're still going in Destiny 2 here, guys. I'm gonna put Last Wish. I'm gonna give Last Wish, should I give it a C or should I give it a B? I'm trying to think. Alright, well, I definitely liked it better than, you know what, Scourge? Do I drop Scourge down? Because I like Last Wish more than I do Scourge. So Last Wish, you're going to get, well, you know what? I would give Last Wish a C+. Now, I think, why is it that I'm not that crazy about Last Wish? You know, part of me not really digging the raid so much is the loot. I forgot to bring that up too. Spire of Stars, loot not that good. Scourge of the Past, kind of the same thing for me. Last Wish, I mean, with it having random rolls, I mean, I got one good weapon out of it, and it wasn't from doing the raid. It was from going in and getting that middle chest, and it gave me a god roll Chattering Bone. But man, when we get into some of the other raids, and specifically the ones that I'm going to rate A in my favorites, man, the loot was amazing. And when we get to the Destiny 1 raids, we'll be talking about Age of Triumph versions of some of these older raids. But Last Wish, a little bit, I mean, puzzly, a little too puzzly, and a little too long for my taste. Beautiful raid, some pretty fun mechanics. Overall, I'd say it's a very good raid, but then again, we're comparing it to Destiny 1 raids, or at least I'm comparing it to Destiny 1 raids, alright? Let's move on. I'm going to rank up next Leviathan. Now, Leviathan, believe it or not, I like the Leviathan a lot, and even though a lot of people say it's, we're going to give you a B. Leviathan, I really enjoy, or really did enjoy. I haven't played it in a very long time. When I think back to the Leviathan is probably one of the Probably one of the coolest destinations. Yeah, let's call it a destination. That place is huge. One of the coolest creations Bungie ever made. You guys remember flying into the Leviathan for the first time, seeing that load-in screen with your ships landing, and then looking up at that monstrosity, going into the Castellum and the symbols and the keys. And yeah, I mean, it was puzzly, but you know what? Let's talk about the mechanics. All right, so the dogs. I love the dogs. The dogs are fun. And I didn't say dog in my New York accent. The dogs are fun. The royal baths, I thought that was a lot of fun in terms of encounters. Callus himself was fun, but it got a little annoying on challenge mode with the random teleportations, because obviously always one person would miss their scion and not cross-shoot. And the, what was the other one? Oh, it was called the Gauntlet, that's right. Even though that was kind of puzzle, well, not even puzzly, but mechanic-driven, it was fun mechanic-driven, and I don't know. But again, with the loot, the only thing I really liked out of the Leviathan, really, or still used from the Leviathan, is, of course, the Midnight Coup. Yeah, that's my favorite. All right, moving along. All right, Argos, Eater of Worlds, man, that's one of my, that's probably, yeah, that's my favorite raid encounter for Destiny 2. Argos reminds me of the encounter from one of my favorite Destiny 1 raids, which is Wrath of the Machine. It reminds me of the Axis fight in terms of the vibe, in terms of the feel. But one thing I don't like is the beginning of the Eater of Worlds raid lair, and that's the whole, okay, jumping. No, I'm tired of jumping, okay? Let's get into some fighting. Let's get into some shooting, some killing. But the terrible thing about Eater of Worlds was the loot. Yeah, the loot. What was it? Armor, and it was a grenade launcher and a shotgun. I wish it had better loot. I wish it had weapons. That's what we need. We need weapons. And we used to just farm the Leviathan, really, for masterwork cores. Oh, and besides the Midnight Coup, the auto rifle was pretty good. But then again, I don't like the 600 RPM kinetics. All right. Moving along, that leads us into Destiny 1. And this is going to be a real tough one here, because A is going to be my favorites, and B is still going to be really good. So we got Vault, and we're going with the Age of Triumph version of these raids. Remember, Crota's End, Vault of Glass, they're a little different. All right, so I'm going to give King's Fall a solid B. Yeah, King's Fall, when it first came out, man, I could not get enough of that raid. I mean, just playing it over and over. When I think of the encounters, man, the War Priest, so much fun. You know, just how eerie. See, I'm all about vibe, right? So when it comes to looks, aesthetics, besides just the gameplay, besides the mechanics, the looks, the music, the feel, when I think of the Dreadnought, that's another one of the coolest destinations that Bungie has ever made. And when I think of the Dreadnought, it's eerie, it's scary. I'm sure it's stinky because it smells like hive worms. But you get that vibe when you go on board. And I feel like King's Fall did capture that. And the War Priest, really fun encounter. Golgoroth, easily one of my favorite, easily one of my most favorite encounters in all of the raids. Like, absolutely love Golgoroth. And for Oryx himself, man, I'll never forget dropping in that first time. The daughters were okay too. The Oryx's daughters, not blown away by it, but I don't know. It is what it is. Oryx, though, we're dropping in and seeing Oryx come out for the first time, and just seeing how just enormous he was, it was just mind-boggling. All right, here we go. Now we're into the top 3, and this is where everyone's gonna start lambasting me in the comment section. But it's cool. It's cool. I want to hear your opinions. All right, we're gonna go with the Vault of Glass. We're gonna give you a solid B. Okay. Do I want to give you an A or do I want to give you a B? Most of you are going to kill me in the comment section and leave a dislike if I put a B. But you know what? I got to stand by how I feel, because I love these two more than Vault of Glass. And look, I love Vault of Glass. This is like trying to pick from 3 different flavors of a tasty beverage that I enjoy. Vault of Glass during Age of Triumph, what's not to like? From the Templar fight, how they kind of redid that. It still brings back memories when I first joined my clan, Team Rezo, and we actually, yeah, we did it. We were throwing grenades at the Templar, so he would go off. But yeah, just a really fun raid. Perfect in terms of its length, not too long, not too short. The middle section with the Gorgonzola cheese maze. I know, that's a dumb joke. The Gorgons maze, that was fun. And good old Atheon, when he steps out, man, and when you got that Vex Terrificlast, as I call it, one of my favorite weapons in the game for a while before fusion rifles got nerfed. Yeah, love the Vault of Glass. Now it comes down to Crota's End, and you're probably saying, Crota's End? How the hell can you put that in your top 2 raids? Hold on, I will explain. And yeah, we're going to give Crota's End a solid A. Again, I am all about vibe, okay? And going into Crota's End, I'll never forget when you first do that drop down in the Hellmouth and that eerie music hits, right? And that no, that's stupid. That drum beat, whatever that's hitting, right? You hit the floor, and then it's dark. It's all dark, and all you hear is screams. You hear Thrall screaming. You hear just slimy stuff on the floor. You feel it feels eerie. And then running through it, and then you make it to the end, and just the music kicks in, and then, oh my god, ogres coming, Thrall everywhere, and then you're running across the bridge, and there was so many clutch moments where, oh, everyone's dead, and then one person, shout out to my homeboy, Expat from a long time ago, Expat, made it through onto the next, and we all made it. Oh, so many good times within that raid. Crota's End. And then the, getting over the bridge. I never cheesed the bridge. Never cheesed the bridge. That was so much fun, man. Everyone had a job to do, and it wasn't so puzzly and mechanic. I mean, it was mechanic. Well, it was a mechanic, but it wasn't so puzzly, right? Everyone had a job to do and do it well, and you got everyone across. And then with Age of Triumph, everyone got swords, and you can go crazy with swords. And then the Death Singer, kind of a straightforward, fun gunfight, I would say. Really not much to it. All right, got to kill her before she sings her song. I liked it. But going into where Crota is and where the Death Singer is, again, it goes back to vibe. You're on the moon, but you feel like you're somewhere else, and it's weird looking, and the music is ominous, and it's that vibe of where you were to fight Crota, to end him, to kill Oryx's son, and at this point, before we even met Oryx, and we're going to kill this god. I thought it was a really, really cool setting where they put the Death Singer on Crota. And then Crota, guys, you know my outro music. It's the theme song for picking up the sword. To me, for a raid encounter, the coolest mechanic and the most, I don't know, like back when you were lower powered and could die really easily from the Boomer Knights up in the corner to some wizards coming out if you didn't do the... I forgot how it worked. If you killed them in the right order, the wizards from the left and right would not spawn. Having a Titan go down and put that Weapons of Light over right next to Crota, and then you'd get a couple of extra orbs so you can get your super sword going. But that music and that mechanic of having everyone, and I remember my old my clan leader Clawman used to go 3, 2. No, he would go. No, he would go. What do you do a countdown? Yeah, he would do 3, 2, 1, DPS now, and we'd all say DPS now. You would hear those Galahorns go off, or before that, I had the Hunger of Crota. I didn't even have a Galahorn for a long time. And then, oh, such a great raid. Love it. And also, let's start. Well, actually, you know what? I forgot to talk about the loot. Okay. Vault of Glass and Crota's End. Okay. When Age of Triumph came back, and we had the Adept weapons, Fatebringer Adept, Vision of Confluence Adept. I liked Abyss Defiant Adept. Everyone made fun of me. Come on, how could you not like the Abyss Defiant? Solar. Fang of Uryut. So many good weapons. Elemental primaries. Loved it. The Adept weapons were, even before they were the Age of Triumph raids, the weapons, in my opinion, were some of the best weapons in the game. Fatebringer. Vision of Confluence. I'll just leave it at that. And then good old Wrath of the Machine. And that, you know what? Wrath of the Machine sparked that thought in my head of loot. Genesis, Chain, Adept, Solar, Chaos Dogma, Steel Medulla. Yeah, I would say Wrath of the Machine and Crota's End, favorite raids of all time. And Wrath of the Machine, I think, because I think it's kind of similar to Crota in terms of it's not too long and it's not too short. The whole Outbreak Prime quest that was thrown into it. But it really has to come down to the fights at the end. The pre-Axis fight, and then the Axis fight. And I think the vibe also of you're in the Cosmodrome, but you've never been here before. And it's weird, and it's like Siva's disgusting and beautiful at the same time, and it's creepy inside there, and it's very Rasputin-y. And then when you finally make it down there, just Siva and stuff, and doing the call-outs of Empowered, and just something so satisfying about getting it right when everyone is in the proper positions, everyone's aligned, and you ever say, all right, Axis went left, you need to be empowered right, slam them, and then everyone pop those Titan Weapons of Light, and everyone goes to work with the Dank Drinker. Fun time. So hopefully this didn't drag on too long. I don't know how long this recorded for, but my favorite raids are Wrath of the Machine, Crota's End, and alright, you know what? If you made it to the end, hashtag made it to the end, Vault of Glass, you're getting an A too. B's, I'm giving to King's Fall, Eater of Worlds, and the Leviathan. Scourge of the Past and Last Wish, I gotta give you C just for myself, because I did not enjoy them. But you guys let me know in the comment section. And Spire of Stars, I just really did not get into. But you guys let me know what you guys think in the comment section, and I'll link this down in the description and how you would rate the raids. Alright guys, do me a favor, leave me a good old hashtag made it to the end. If you did make it to the end, drop a like in this video only if you see fit. Follow me on Twitter at Mesa. Check out my stream, usually always on YouTube, and that's it. I am out of here like Vladimir.